webinar, especially due to the COVID situation. Actually, this talk should have been held in April 2020 because this scheme is applicable for the financial year 2020-21. But unfortunately, our government had declared lockdown in April, and so many other months were also very difficult for us to meet in person, or even webinars could not be conducted in our institute also. We were having a lot of other amendments which are relevant to our profession. We could not take up due to this problem. Anyway, we are coming to the close of this financial year. Even then next financial year also, this is same issues there, so that you can utilize my talk and the facts which are coming out of my talk, you can utilize for that assessments also. Actually, in the budget 2020, government has brought in this amendment for new tax regime for senior citizens and retired persons. Though it was not mentioned there, actually this fits into their computation of total income, because during your tenure in the service, you had enough surplus money by way of salary, and you had your children in education. So for getting tax deductions, you are putting in many. That is chapter 6 is the deduction section, where section 80, C, D, E, and all other sections comes there. So it was a dual purpose. You can save tax. See, I'm just brushing your memory only, no? Actually, we will come to the new provision later on. So you are all very much concerned with the filing of income tax returns every year. So once you retire, many of the saving schemes come to an end, because all your LIC would have been matured. Then you would not make a long-term investments for saving taxes. Moreover, your salary would have come down, because once you retire, you get a lot of superannuation benefits which you may put in fixed deposit and all those things. But your monthly pension would be around, I think, in university, will be around 70 to 1 lakh. So government was thinking that the retired person should be benefited through some new scheme of tax reforms. So what they did is, instead of forcing the retired persons to put in tax saving incentives, they brought in a new regime. Actually, presently we have only 3 rates in this. That is basic, after the basic exemption, 5% up to 5 lakhs. Then from 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, it is 20%, and above 10 lakhs, it is 30%. So in the new scheme, they have brought in new tax rates for the segment. I'll just show one slide so that you can make a comparison. Under this new slab rates, see one thing, once the government has given such a reduced rates for senior citizens, actually this can be availed by other persons who are in the service also, but in the service they may not be that much benefited. The basic exemption available to senior citizens is 3 lakhs and super senior citizens is 5 lakhs. That is, and between 60 and 79 it is 3 lakhs, and above 79 it is 5 lakhs. But in the new tax regime, government is giving you some advantage through the tax benefits. At that time, the government wants a small sacrifice from the taxpayer also. So what they did is, they have done away with 70 exemptions and deductions, which was available in the existing regime to the new regime. But at that time, but at the same time, they have introduced a lower tax rate here. So that if you see that, you just see the new slab rate under the new scheme. Income from 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs is 5%. Same in the existing slab also, same. But in the second slab, is 5 lakhs to 7.5, it is only 10%, whereas it is 20 in the existing slab. That means you are saving around 50% of the tax liability. Then for income from 7.5 to 10 lakhs, it is 15, but here it is 30%. So against 3 rates, here it is 6 rates. Through these 6 rates, what you are earning is, you can take a example. Next. I hope you have seen this table. Next table. This is a. This table shows you without taking any deductions. Without taking any deductions or exemptions, both the rates have been applied here. Up to 7,50,000, if you are not claiming any deduction or standard deductions at the existing scheme, this 65,000 is the liability. Whereas under the new regime, it's only 39,000. You are saving 26,000 rupees in that slab. Then in the case of a person coming under 10 lakhs, tax under the existing regime is 1,17,000, whereas the other one is only 78,000. I will explain the scheme. So you are saying 39. Like that, you can see the next slab is 12,50,000 without taking any exemptions. It's 1,95,000 in the existing slab. In the new tax regime, it's 1,30,000. Is the same. Then up to 15 lakhs, 2,73,000 under the existing regime. Under the new regime, it is 1,95,000 only. You are saying 78,000. Above 15 lakhs, both are same. Next slide. This is the claims you are well conversant with. In salary and in the pension also, you are eligible for a standard deduction of rupees 50,000 in the existing scheme, which has been taken away for the new tax era. Like that, LTA, which may not be applicable for retired persons. House rent allowance is also not applicable. Then coming to interest on housing loan. Even if somebody would have retired, but even then their housing loan would not have been fully repaid. In that case, housing loan interest is available up to 2 lakhs from your taxable income. 2 lakhs can be deducted. And in that case, this is an option only. Every taxpayer can work out his tax on the basis of the provisions and see which is beneficial for them. Because if a tax person is ready to invest in this 1,50,000 and avail the standard deduction, then if you are taking a medical policy, are eligible for another 25,000. In that case, if he works out his total gross pension and reduce these figures, if it is beneficial for him, he can choose for the existing scheme. Even then, you have given an option. Anytime you can opt it out. After the end of the year, you have got 4 months to file your returns. Suppose anyway, every year you are supposed to give an income tax statement to your employer for determining the amount of the TDS to be deducted from the monthly pension. Here, if you choose, let us assume, if you choose for a new regime, that is, you are not intending to invest in any tax saving schemes. You just pay the tax due for the pensions portion, and on the final time, you see that your pension amount is around 7,50,000. Next. 7 lakh. Next. This is 8,50,000. You are under the existing scheme. You are eligible for a 50,000 rupees standard deduction. Optional tax is 2,400. Then your gross total income is 797,600. You are in the existing scheme where you have invested for ATC deduction 1,50,000. If you are investing for medical, then you will be eligible for another 25,000. Your total income comes to 6,47,600. Under the old regime, means the existing regime, the tax liability is 41,000. Under the new regime, you will see a higher figure of tax liability, 46. That means benefit is minus 5,325. Here you just take an example. This retired person doesn't want to go for this 1,50,000 deduction. That means that much money will be with him. So if you choose for new regime, this 1 lakh, so this is March, you can wait till March 31st to invest in ATC deduction. So here you see under new regime, your tax liability is 46,000. In that case, if you choose for new regime, you need not invest that 1,50,000. you will be losing that 50 and that 2,400. Even then, you just compare. If you take away that 1,50,000, your final liability is only 46,000. In the existing regime, even after investing 1,50,000, your liability under the existing scheme is 41,000. That means around 1,04,000 rupees will be in your pocket if you go for the new regime. That is the real attraction of this scheme. So if you can imagine, suppose a spouse is not working, you are the only person, earning member in the family. So 1,04,000 is available for you to meet the other priorities. That means you are very much benefited by this. Next. Here also I have taken another example, 10,000, same effect. 50 under the existing scheme, that 50,000 is reduced. Then the professional tax is 947,600. You go for 1,50,000 deduction. That means your tax liability is under old regime is 74,901, whereas new regime is 78,000. Actually, here also your tax liability under new regime is more. But if you go for the new regime, you can take away that 1,50,000 and you can keep it with you. Then only 3,099 is the tax payout. But you are saving another 1 lakh, around 1,07,000, 1,47,000 in your pocket. So government actually appointed a taxation committee before budget to study this, and they had a survey in and around various places of India, and they got the information that really retired people would be very much benefited by this scheme, because they don't have to pay a higher tax and even then take this deduction. At the same time, all these taxpayers have been given an option that you can choose both. At any point of time, you can come back to the old regime. If you have surplus money, you can save that much tax. Actually, you can, if you stand from outside and look onto this scheme, it's not that much attractive for the people who are not or yet in the service. But those people who are in the retired stage, it is really helpful for you, because you can save that money with you. So actually, Government of India for the last several decades, they had brought in the basic exemptions were slowly increased. It was originally 50,000, then it was increased to 80, then it came to 1 lakh. Later on, it came to 2,50,000. And because of the hue and cry from the senior citizens, they have given an additional 50,000 for senior citizens, and for senior citizens, it was given as 5 lakhs. But now with this, you can go back to the other. But with this new scheme, you will feel that those deductions were taken away. That I told you that chapter 6A ETC and everything has been taken away. Even then, you are benefited. So the government's intention is that retired people should be comfortable with cash flow. That much money will be available to them for their needs and priorities. Actually, when this scheme came, so many people were very much criticizing this new regime, because taking away a lot of deductions from their pocket. Actually, if you go through the various rates and the benefits you are getting, finally you are left with a good sum in your pocket, because it can be utilized for many other purposes. Actually, this is the novel attraction of this scheme. Actually, we are very much confined to only this one, because this issue, there is in today's our presentation is poised on this point only. That's why when your association people asked me, I said it cannot be a lengthy one, because time is a little bit, we are all very busy with our finalization of audits and all those things. But this is a very relevant area where individual taxpayers has to apply their mind and decide to go to which option they should select for their tax return filing. As I told you earlier, after 31st March, you have got 4 months time. So now we are in February, we have got another 1 month's time. This write-up can be given to them. So you can go through the different tax rates. And I'm sure for retired people, definitely there need not be a second thought. You can opt for this scheme because that much money can be saved in your pocket. So that's what I have to tell you on this. And if you have any doubts on this, you may please, the floor is open for questions. No, nothing.
Good evening, Dr. NAZARULLA. See, I have one doubt. Can we deduct the medical insurance premium in the new regime?
Sir, actually, the intention of government, I told you, they wanted a sacrifice from the side of the taxpayer also. Actually, by this scheme, if you read my third slide, now it is before you. Kindly see last but 3, chapter 6A deduction, that is the 80 sections, 80C, 80D, 80 and so on. These sections have been taken away for this purpose.
Okay.
Suppose
but I don't find the medical insurance because that can be directly deducted from the total income.
Actually, medical insurance comes under 80D, sir.
Oh, 80D.
80D.
Oh, okay.
So actually, but sir, even so I'll tell you, sir, in the example I gave you, even if you add that, medical insurance is 25,000 rupees available. If you add to that, even then you are saving another 75,000 rupees, because if you reduce from 1,05,000, another 25,000 you reduce, you have got a good sum in your hand. That's the intention of the government, because they have taken away all the exemptions claimable under the act from this for this new scheme.
Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt. Many of the senior citizens or the retired persons, when they get the DCRG amount or some other amount after retirement, they used to deposit it in banks. And under the new regime, I think that we will not be getting exemption for the interest on we are getting on this deposit, is it not?
Actually, like standard deduction available in the pension, in interest also for senior citizens, 50,000 rupees is allowable. That is also taken away. Will not be eligible for any type of exemptions, but even then it will be beneficial, because once if you have interest income, you will be coming into the higher slab of the say around 14 to 15 lakhs. That is, you are getting more benefit. Just take my second table. I'll show you. Next. No, back. Next. Here you just see, if you are having a pension of say 8 lakhs and your interest income is around 5 lakhs, you come in this slab. Look, here this is without that deductions. Even then you are saving 65,000. That's the benefit. Actually, when your income goes up to 15 lakhs, you will have a wonderful saving. After 15 lakhs, it is not there. So, as Mr. Givargis asked, if the terminal benefits are put in fixed deposits, you are eligible for interest income. Only 50,000 is reduced as standard deduction for interest. Even then, if it is a higher income you are saving, if it is up to 12 lakh 50 to 65,000. So we will not lose, because pensioners will not lose under the new regime. They have surplus. Suppose your spouse is also working, you may be having surplus money with you. In that case, you may choose to put in 1 lakh 50 in ATC directions, and you may go for a insurance, medical insurance premium. So you will be benefited definitely. In that case, don't go for new regime, you go for existing regime.
Okay.
So that option is there. So suppose even at the fag end of the year, you feel that we will deposit some amount in PPF, and we will go for a health insurance scheme. Even in health insurance scheme, 80D, you are eligible for a 25,000 rupees for insurance and another 25,000 for treatment. So you get 50,000 deduction. You have that much money to invest. Definitely, existing scheme will be beneficial, which you can work out because you have been paying your tax and filing your returns for the last several years. So you are well conversant with the methods. So just you verify these rates and the benefits. You can opt out from this thing and you can go back to existing rates.
NAZARULLA sir.
Okay, please.
NAZARULLA sir, thank you for your enlightening us on this tax. I'm Dr. SHRI. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I just want to clarify it, sir. When people like us, because I'm putting as my example, been retired 2 or 3 years back, but when we were in service, we had to take some ATC policy so as to get the 1.5 deduction. So it so happens that these policies will exist for 10 years or 5 years. So we have to pay it. Suddenly we cannot stop it. So in that case, I think the old regime will be much beneficial. Will it?
Sure, no doubt. That's why I'm telling. See, when you're in service, you had that GPF. GPF amount itself would be enough to claim that 1,50,000. But once you are out from the service, and if you are not continuing any other schemes, it is better the new regime. But as you said, any new scheme which is continuing and the policy is continuing for another 10 years, you can continue your existing scheme. No problem. You will be benefited, no doubt.
Yes, sir. That's it. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, I have already paid saved 1,50,000 rupees. So is there any chance for re-option? Can I just change to the new regime?
But you have already paid 1,50,000 this year.
The question is, so he has opted for the new regime. Next year, whether he can go back to the old scheme.
Sure, no doubt. You can go. No problem.
No. I have already opted for the old scheme, and next year, 2021, can I shift to new scheme?
Sir, you can go in for the new scheme even in this year. That is the specialty of the scheme, because for professional like us, if we choose this thing, I can only go once back.
I have already paid that.
Go twice, but for salaried and retired people can go anytime. You can before filing the returns, you can choose for the new regime if it is beneficial for you. So nobody can prevent you from that. That is a special benefit given to the senior citizens who are having salary income and also no professional income should be there. If you have got a professional income, suppose you are going for a seminar. So you are going for a seminar and you are getting a remuneration. In that case, your income is inclusive of this professional income. Then you can opt out only once. Otherwise, so salaried people and interest earning people are blessed, I tell you, because you can at any point of time before 31st July is your due date for filing the return. Till that time, you can decide whether to go to this or not. There is no problem.
Vice versa, it is possible. New scheme to old
scheme.
No
problem. You can go back at any point of time. No problem.
That is a good information. Okay. Please.
NAZARULLA sir.
Yeah.
I'm Devanand.
Yes, sir.
See, I retired 1 year back.
Yeah.
The recent DA order, I'm likely to get the arrear of salary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I add this as a pension? Because it's a salary arrear.
Yeah, definitely.
No, so hereafter it is only the income of a pensioner. Is it not?
No doubt. It is the income of the pensioner.
Okay.
No distinction.
NAZARULLA sir.
Yes.
I'm Shashindrana. I have a doubt. I have LIC cancer care policy. LIC cancer care policy.
Yeah.
It comes under medical Mediclaim or 80D or 80.
It comes under 80D. 80D only. 80D.
80D. So it can be included in 1.5.
Yeah. It has to be included. It is out. 80D is out of 1.5. 80C and all those things are coming under 1.5. 80D is a different thing. You can claim separately.
So,
There is that is, from the date, right from introduction of Section 80B, a separate section. It is an additional deduction.
additional.
No doubt.
So,
That I told you that chapter 6A deduction, that is the heading for. Out in that you have got 80 sections, so many. 80C, 80CC, 80DD, 80D, 80E. Education loan interest. No limit. No limit. Even if it is 5 lakhs, you can claim. That can be utilized when you are in service, when your children were studying for some courses, and if you have taken an education loan, and the amount is say 30 lakhs. Your interest is say 5 lakhs, you can get 5 lakhs deduction. It has no upper limit.
Okay. Any other questions? He is waiting for the questions.
I am Leo Joseph.
Yeah.
So many of നമ്മൾ കുറേ ആൾക്കാർ ഈ PPF ഒക്കെ തുടങ്ങി വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതായത് ടാക്സ് എക്സ്മിഷന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടായിരുന്നൊക്കെ തുടങ്ങി വെച്ചത്. പക്ഷെ അതിപ്പോ അത് 1.5 lakhs അതിലേക്ക് ഡിപ്പോസിറ്റ് ചെയ്താലേ ഈ ഡിഡക്ഷൻ ETCയിലെ ഡിഡക്ഷൻ കിട്ടുന്നുള്ളൂ. അവർക്കൊക്കെ കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യണോ അതല്ല അത് നിർത്തിയിട്ട് പുതിയ ഇതിലേക്ക് പോകണോ?
PPF ഒരു ടേമിന് വല്ലതും ചേർന്നതാണോ?
അതെനിക്കത് 13 years ആണ് എനിക്കറിയുന്നത്.
അപ്പൊ ഇയർലി എത്രയാണ് അടയ്ക്കുന്നത്?
അത് 1.5 lakhs വരെ എത്ര എമൗണ്ട് വേണേലും അടയ്ക്കാം.
Actually, if you have enough money, there's no problem. You can pay 1.5 and continue in the existing scheme. No problem.
അവർക്കത് സംശയം ഇത് അടയ്ക്കാൻ തുടരും.
Kindly inquire with the PPF people. If we discontinue, will you have any loss in that? Because that maturity value after that period you will be getting. If you are not, I think that scheme may be like that. You can inquire with the PPF people. Even other, anyway, you have already remitted some money. Now, if you go for the new regime, you need not pay that 1,50,000, and you can have that money with you. In that case, actually in the new scheme, you need not pay out money for saving the tax. You can have that money for other prioritized expenses in your family.
Leo, അതിനകത്ത് വേറൊരു ഓപ്ഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. 1,50,000 ഡിപ്പോസിറ്റ് ചെയ്യണോ നിർബന്ധമല്ല. ഡിപ്പോസിറ്റ് 1,000 rupees അടച്ചാലും മതി. You can continue with that scheme.
No problem. Having instead of investing a higher figure, you want to continue the scheme, you can continue with the lower figure.
Okay, thank you.
1,50,000 is the higher limit only.
Yes,
so if you want to continue that scheme, you can say, I'm a retired person, I'm not able to remit at the full stretch, so I may be permitted to give a smaller figure. I think it's a passbook, I think.
Yes, it's a passbook. It's a passbook, yes.
You need not discontinue, you can have a smaller figure.
Okay, thank you.
ഞാൻ ഉമ്മനാണ് സംസാരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ മറ്റൊരാളുടെ സംശയമാണ്, അതായത് ഈ പെൻഷൻ ഉണ്ട്, പെൻഷൻ്റെ കൂടെ തന്നെ പ്രൈവറ്റ് പ്രാക്ടീസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, അതായത് പ്രൊഫഷണൽ ഇൻകം ഉണ്ട്, വേറെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, ബാങ്ക് ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, അതുപോലെയുള്ളതൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിന്റെ എങ്ങനെയാണ് വരിക?
അതിനകത്ത് ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ, ഓപ്റ്റ് ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ സാലറിക്കാർക്ക് ഓപ്റ്റ് ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള വലിയ ഇത് കൊടുത്തില്ല. ഇവർക്ക് ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം ഓപ്റ്റ് ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യാം, തിരിച്ചു കയറാം, ഇന്ന് പറ്റില്ല. അപ്പോ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം അത് വയലേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് യു ക്യാൻ നെവർ യൂസ് ദിസ് ന്യൂ സ്കീം. ബിക്കോസ് അവിടെ പ്രൊഫഷണലുകാർക്ക് അവിടെ അവരുടെ എക്സ്പെൻസസ് എന്തെങ്കിലും ക്ലെയിം ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അവർക്ക് ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് 44 AD ആണ്. ഇപ്പൊ ഡോക്ടർ സർ, അപ്പൊ ആക്ച്വലി your taxation comes under professional also, because if you have professional income, then you are not eligible for opting in, opting out at your ease. You can only once opt out and then get back once. After that, you cannot opt out. In that case, you will not be eligible to claim the new tax regime.
Okay.
That's why I said you may be sometimes called for some presentation somewhere, and you will be given some remuneration. In that case, be very careful. If you get say 15,000 a year, you are out of the salary protection. I mean, pensioners who gets protection for getting it out. No condition is there. But then in this case, there will be a condition. You can opt out once and get in once. Then again, you cannot do that.
So, ഒരു സംശയം, അതായത് ഇതുമായിട്ട് പ്രൊഫഷണൽ ഇൻകമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടിട്ട് ആക്സിഡന്റിലായിട്ട് ഒരാൾ ഒരു സെമിനാർ അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോയി, അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് 1000 രൂപ റെമ്യൂണറേഷൻ കിട്ടി പ്രൊഫഷണൽ ഇതായിട്ട്, അവന് ആയുഷ്കാലം മുഴുവൻ ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് ഔട്ട് ആവില്ല.
Even then that is limited only. You can opt in. You cannot twice do that.
ഒരിക്കൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും കിട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അത്
ഒരിക്കൽ കിട്ടിയ കുഴപ്പമില്ല, ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം പുറത്തു വരാം, റെജിമിലേക്ക് വരാം, ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം തിരിച്ചു കയറാം, കഴിഞ്ഞു. പിന്നെ മറ്റു
സാലറി ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ,
അത് പ്രൊഫഷണൽ ഇൻകം വരരുത്.
പ്രൊഫഷണൽ ബാങ്ക് വഴി വരിക, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ റെക്കാർഡിക്കലായിട്ട്. അല്ല, അതൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ പോക്കറ്റിൽ തരുന്ന പൈസക്ക് ഇവരൊക്കെ ബാങ്ക് വഴിയൊക്കെ റെമിറ്റ് ചെയ്താലാണ്. Okay.
That means no extra income other than the salary.
Salary and interest you can have, no problem.
Interest. Yes.
Business income or professional income should not come.
Okay.
Sorry, that's the only restriction.
Yes.
So we have a lot of leverage there, no problem. If you get a professional income, unfortunately, if you receive it, even then you can opt out once and get back. Then you cannot do it again.
Income from rent ഒക്കെ ആണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലോ അതുകൊണ്ട്
rental income problem ഇല്ല. It's not a business income. Rental income from house property.
Okay.
That all, everything is clubbed under this. That's why I told you in chapter 6 that if there is a loan, you are getting 2 lakhs deduction. That all is taken away.
Okay.
Rental income will be taxed with other receipt of your interest and pension.
Interest and pension.
Restriction is only for professional and business income.
Okay.
സാറേ, ഈ റിട്ടയർമെന്റിന് ശേഷം വീണ്ടും നമ്മൾ സെയിം അതേ ടൈപ്പ് ടീച്ചിങ് ജോബിന് പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അത് കിട്ടുന്ന സാലറി പ്രൊഫഷണൽ ഇൻകം ആയിട്ട് കണക്കാക്കും?
ഇല്ല, സാലറി തന്നെയാണല്ലോ. എംപ്ലോയർ റിലേഷൻ ആണല്ലോ സാലറിക്ക്. You are a consultant only, you become professional.
Okay.
A person who is retired is called back for re-entering the service. There is a employee-employer relation.
Yes.
So it is salary only.
Okay.
If your tax is deducted and you are given Form 16, that means it's the income from salary.
So, but if you are working as a consultant, then if you are earning,
consultant, then it becomes professional income.
Professional
so you can continue with old rate, no problem. You are not losing anything. Actually, that leverage is lost. That 1,50,000 and any payment given compulsorily for saving scheme cannot be utilized. That's all.
Okay.
And don't think that by this you are locked into the scheme. It is better that if you get more professional income, you choose for the existing scheme.
Any members, participants in ആർക്കെങ്കിലും
പുതിയ ഫിനാൻഷ്യൽ ഇയർ ഈ പുതിയ ഫിനാൻഷ്യൽ ഇയറിലും സെയിം ടാക്സ് ലാക്സ് ആണ് ആപ്ലിക്കബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ളതെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു.
ഒന്നും മാറ്റിയിട്ടില്ല. ബിക്കോസ് ഈ ബഡ്ജറ്റ് വളരെ കൺഫൈൻഡ് ബഡ്ജറ്റ് ആണ്.
Use the same rule for the 21.
Same rule for subsequent years.
Okay.
Bill is in the parliament. We don't have so many have represented, even professionals have represented that they should also get this opting and opting out scheme. Maybe some changes may come in. We don't know.
Yes.
They have to come.
Okay.
Bill has all been presented and discussion is coming.
Okay.
Actually, business people and this is applicable only to individuals. Or if I'm a chartered accountant, if I'm practicing as a firm, I will get. But if it's a company, you won't get. Okay. This is available to individuals and HUFs. HUFs is not relevant to us. So many professionals who are practicing their personal capacity are represented to the government. They should also be given optimal benefit should be given to them like salaried people.
Okay.
So maybe some changes may come.
Okay.
Because of this COVID, actually, this has not been put into practice. People are all keeping inside, and now only they are coming out for tax planning.
Yes.
Actually, from April to December, nobody was coming out and making any discussion on these aspects.
Yes.
So time testing is yet to come.
Yes.
We have only 2 months left, hardly.
What about this professional tax? Are we paying the professional tax now?
Profession, if you are paying profession tax, that also has been taken away. In my example, which I have illustration, which I have given, that professional tax is there, but for the new regime, it is not there. It is not allowed.
Actually, sir, my doubt is that professional tax, the retired pensioners are paying.
They are paying in the new regime. You will not get deduction for that.
We are not paying.
If you are not paying, there is no issue at all.
That pensioners, I think, professional tax is exempted. I think.
Actually, this is collected by our local panchayat only. They are not. I think they are not. But in some of my clients, I see this professional tax paid by pensioners also. They are getting deduction.
Okay.
But in our regime, if the pensioners choose for a new regime, levels of professional tax is also gone.
Nice. Great. Okay.
Actually, you should, according to your availability of funds, you can choose this regime. Because if you have enough funds to invest, no doubt the existing regime will be better for it. Depends on each people's decision.